Everyone trains core for the same reason. They want abs, a flat stomach, that six-pack they've seen on magazine covers. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You could have a six-pack and a completely weak, useless core underneath it. And that weak core is quietly destroying your back, your hips, your knees, your entire body. From the inside out, we're talking the difference between a core that gives out picking up a grocery bag and a core so strong a sword would snap trying to break it. You don't need a core that stops swords, but you also can't keep walking around with a midsection that's all show and zero structure, because your core isn't doing what you think it's doing. And this video is going to completely change the way you train it. 1. What is core? Most people think the core is just the abs, but it's actually a full cylinder of muscles wrapping around your entire midsection. Front, sides, back, top, and bottom. At the top sits your diaphragm, the main breathing muscle. At the bottom is your pelvic floor, which supports your bladder and lower organs. On the sides are your obliques and the transverse abdominis, a deep muscle that acts like a built-in weight belt, wrapping around your spine to stabilize it. Here's what most people don't know. The six-pack, the rectus abdominis, is actually the weakest stabilizer in the group. Most visible, least important. The muscles you can't see are the ones doing the real work. 2. The back pain. Lower back pain is one of the most common medical complaints in the world. Studies estimate that up to 80% of people will experience significant lower back pain at some point in their life. That's not a small number, that's almost everyone. And the leading cause in people without a structural injury? A weak core. Here's why. Your spine is not a rigid pole. It's a stack of 33 individual bones called vertebrae, separated by soft discs that act like shock absorbers. Those discs can't protect themselves. They rely on the surrounding muscles, specifically the deep core muscles, to control load and distribute pressure evenly. When those muscles are weak, the spine moves unpredictably under load. The discs get compressed unevenly. The joints at the back of the spine, called the facet joints, get jammed. And over time, what starts as occasional stiffness becomes chronic pain that doesn't seem to go away no matter what you do. Most people treat back pain with rest, painkillers, or stretching. Those help symptoms, but strengthening the core is the only thing that fixes the cause. 3. The pressure. Here's something almost nobody talks about. Your core doesn't just move your body, it manages pressure inside it. When you brace your core properly, you create what's called intra-abdominal pressure, a pressurized chamber inside your abdomen that stiffens your entire torso. Think of it like inflating a can from the inside. A crushed, empty can bends easily. A pressurized can is almost impossible to deform. This internal pressure system is what allows powerlifters to squat 500 pounds without their spine collapsing. It's also what your body uses every time you lift a heavy grocery bag, sneeze, cough, or pick something up off the floor. Your core fires automatically in these moments, but only if it's strong enough to do its job properly. When it's not, that pressure leaks. The spine takes uncontrolled load, and that's when injuries happen. Not during big dramatic movements, but during small, ordinary ones. People throw their back out picking up a sock. That's not bad luck. That's a core that was never trained to handle real life. 4. Hip and knee. Here's a connection most people don't make. Weak core, bad knees. Your core controls the position of your pelvis, the bowl-shaped bone at the base of your spine. When your core is strong, your pelvis stays level and stable. When it's weak, the pelvis tilts or shifts during movement. And when the pelvis moves incorrectly, everything below it is affected. The femur, your thigh bone, attaches directly to the pelvis. If the pelvis tilts, the femur rotates inward. That rotation changes the angle of the knee joint. Over time, that abnormal angle wears down the cartilage on the inside of the knee and overloads the IT band, a thick strip of connective tissue running down the outside of your thigh. The result is knee pain that no amount of knee exercises seems to fix because the problem was never in the knee to begin with. This is called proximal instability causing distal dysfunction. In simple terms, weakness near the center of your body causes problems further out. Fix the core, and knee pain that's been around for years can start to disappear. 5. Breathing. Here's the one nobody sees coming. Your core controls how well you breathe. The diaphragm, the breathing muscle at the top of your core, works in sync with the pelvic floor and deep abdominal muscles. Every inhale, your diaphragm drops, your pelvic floor relaxes, your belly expands. Every exhale, the system recoils. It's a pressure cycle happening thousands of times a day. When the core is weak, that cycle breaks down. People shift to shallow chest breathing, which pulls the neck and shoulder muscles into every breath, causing tension headaches and tight traps that no amount of stretching seems to fix. Research has found that people with chronic lower back pain almost always show dysfunctional breathing patterns too. The back pain and the bad breathing aren't separate problems, they're the same problem. So, what does smart core training actually look like? Skip the crunches. Your core's job is to resist movement, not create it. Dead bugs, bird dogs, and Pallof presses build real stability. McGill curls, developed by spine researcher Dr. Stuart McGill, train the deep stabilizers without compressing your discs. Farmers' carries and single-leg work force the core to stabilize your pelvis the way it needs to in real life. Abs are a side effect. Core strength is a foundation. It protects your back, stabilizes your knees, manages pressure inside your body, and controls every breath you take. Train it for function, and everything else works better because of it. Drop a comment if this changed how you think about core training. Subscribe for more. See you in the next one.